What up? Welcome to an episode of BrandonJaneauShow. I am the host, Brandon Janeau, and like always, on all podcast platforms everywhere, BrandonJaneauShow. Social media platforms: Instagram, Threads, Brandon Facebook, The Brandon Shows, and of course TikTok, BrandonJaneauShow. Go follow me on all of those social media platforms. Hope you guys enjoy the content I have put out there. I gotta get back to doing more on Facebook and Instagram. I have not done a lot on there, except just post the episodes and just that's it. But hopefully I get back to it. I gotta get back into a rhythm. I used to do it a lot, but I don't do it as much as I used to. But yeah, uh, but where you really can go is my YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show, man. Go subscribe, comment. I do comment back. Yeah, like the vids, like the shorts that I put out there. So yeah, I gotta get back to doing that too. I haven't did a short in a minute. Um, but yeah, man, I've been lazy. I'm sorry. I've been fucking lazy. I am so sorry. Um, but yeah, let's get into it. Just like this, I've been lazy doing this. It is life in times for music. I don't think I've been lazy. I've just been trying to figure out what I was gonna do. Go do an artist breakdown, album breakdown, what I was gonna do. And I was like, you know what? I've been putting this off for so long. Let's finally fucking do it. So this episode, I am finally starting my '90s, 2000s, 2010s list of songs, music. Pretty much what I've been putting off since like 2023. Been putting this shit off since like 2023. Yeah, so tonight it is my top 10 R&B songs of the 90's. Now nothing comes in comparison of the 90's music, particularly 90's R&B. I mean, that's like golden era of R&B music, you know, for the just music. Um, Nothing was touching the 90's. Of course, I am a 90's baby, so 90's R&B was just like my shit. So you already know how I do my top 10 list. I go from 10 to 1. So let's get into it, man. Um, Starting off the list at number 10 is Whatever You Want. Tony, Tony, Tony. Yeah, it is 90's. It shocked, shocked the shit out of me too. I was like, I thought it was 80's, but it's 90's. It's 90. 1990 is exactly the when it came out. Checked it on Apple. I was like, wait a minute, this is 90's. Holy shit. Didn't think it was the 90's, but it is the 90's. It's 90. 1990. Just made it. I mean, just made it. Um, but yo, Whatever You Want by Tony Tony Tony. That is my shit. I don't care what nobody say. That's my song. That's my shit. It's been highly used and samples throughout music since then. Since the song has come out, and it's just phenomenal. Um, Rest in peace to one of the members that just passed away just recently. Um, so yeah, man. Yeah, man. So this song is definitely to me one of the greatest R&B songs of the '90's. So I can't. I mean, again, y'all can do whatever when this episode comes out. Make your own list. This is my list. Let's make your own goddamn list. But that is number 10. And number 9, and it kind of goes up a little bit. So I'm gonna bring one down. At number 9, Before You Walk Out of My Life by Monica off her first album. This is my shit. I remember listening to this song when I was a kid. Always just heard this song. One of my favorite songs by Monica. Monica's been doing this for a very long fucking time, which is crazy. But yeah, man. Before You Walk Out of My Life by Monica is the shit. She's had some hits. I think a lot of people sit there and probably say her earlier real R&B in the '90's was was you know made you a fan, but her 2000s music is really what captivated y'all. So yeah, but the '90s, man, '90s had a lot of R&B females that were just prominent and still are to this day, actually. So yeah, number eight, "On and On" by Erica Badu. Yeah, I like the fact that this song kind of got more love a couple years ago when Black did it. On Black did it. I like the fact that the song kind of got a lot more replay value after a lot of people was like, "Oh shit, yeah, this song's hard." But Erykah Badu was the shit when I was a kid. She still is. I mean, let's be real, she still is. I hope that her and J Cole do perform Too Deep for the intro at his Dreamville Festival. She just got announced. Um, but Erykah Badu has so many classics, so many iconic songs, and yeah. Um, So On and On is definitely on this list. It's one of my favorite Erykah Badu songs, so of course it was gonna be on this list. Um, number seven. Number seven. Wait, that's it. That was number eight. Yeah. So number seven. Yeah, I was right. Number seven. Nice and Slow by Usher. Yeah. Nice and Slow by Usher is fire. One of his best songs he's ever put out. The My Way album is iconic. Of course, I will be doing my '90s R&B albums and my '90s albums uh, before I'm done with the '90s decade, particularly. But Nice and Slow by Usher. Yeah. Now, listen. He can say all he want. He can have whatever words. He can say whatever he wants. You're not about to tell us that for since what 97, 98, since the song's been out, that we don't know what the fuck you were saying on this song. Yeah, like I've been seeing it on TikTok recently that he been kind of like, you know, been like, that's not the words of the song. Fuck you. Yes, it is. Yeah, you're not about to tell us that. You're not about to convince us that we don't know what you were saying, nigga. Like that's we can Google the song, nigga. We can watch it. We can look at the song, the lyrics on Apple, nigga. We know what we were saying the whole time, nigga. Don't tell me I'm 31 now. I'm 31 now. You don't tell me now I don't know what I was talking about the whole song, nigga. Fuck that, no, nigga. We not we not about to do that. No, 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 no. I'm getting sick and tired of these fucking artists now telling motherfuckers that have been singing this song since they were kids that we don't know what the fuck we were saying. Bitch, we know exactly what we were saying the whole goddamn time. How dare you? Nigga, don't come down and be like, nah, that wasn't the words. Nigga, yes it was. Shut up. I know you, nigga. Nigga, yes it was. Shut up. No, 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 no. But Nice and Slow by Usher, definitely number seven on my list. Um, Number six. It would be right if I didn't have it on this list. And that is, of course, the Queen, Miss Aaliyah. Oh yeah, one in a million. It had to be on my list. I had to put this on this list. Aaliyah is literally my childhood crush. Um, so yeah, she had so many hits in the '90s. It's kind of fucking ridiculous. Yeah, she had so many goddamn hits in the '90s. It's kind of goddamn ridiculous. Um, Imagine what her career could have been if she was still alive. She was just getting into the acting world. Yeah, man. But one in a million when she first teamed up with Timbaland and Missy Elliott, that was just like a perfect fucking hand and glove fit. It was perfect. Um, but yeah, man, Aaliyah one in a million. That album is still solidified as one of the best R&B albums in the '90s to me. So yeah, man. One in a million by Aaliyah is definitely on this list, and it's definitely at number six. Yeah, yeah. Before I get my top five, recap. You gotta recap it. Come on now. Number 10, number 10. Whatever you want. Tony, Tony, Tony. Number 9. Um, Monica. Before you walk out of my life. Number 8. Erica Badu. On and on. Number 7. Nice and Slow by Usher. And number 6. One in a Million by Aaliyah. Starting off at number 5. Now, like I said at the beginning of this, it just made it just made the list because it just came out in the 90's. Well, this just made the list because it just happened to happen in 1999, and that is Where I Want to Be by Darnell Jones. This is the beginning of the top five. I fought with this song heavy. It's still one of my favorite songs that's ever been put out. Where I Want to Be by Darnell Jones. This nigga was singing, watching his ex on a date because he fucked up. The videos in the past used to not make sense. Okay, let's not kill the song because the videos used to be like this shit don't make no sense. this nigga this nigga crying in the window. It's like I'm not judging you on the I'm not doing that, man. But yeah, man. The song itself is fucking fire, man. Anytime people sit there and try to act like the song isn't fire, one of the best songs, man, ever, man. To me, it's one of my favorite songs ever, man. I have so much love and respect for this song. Um, yeah, I used to sing this song a lot when I was a kid. So yeah, man. Where I want to be, but Darnell Jones, excellence, excellence. I tell you, just like this one. Number 4, They Don't Know by John B. This is kind of like the cool, relaxed album by John B. Y'all can say whatever you want to say. That might be one of the best R&B albums that ever been put out. I don't care if y'all want to sit there and say, well, Keith Sweat really, I mean, not Keith Sweat, Babyface really sung most of those songs or whatever you want to say. I don't give a shit. That album is fucking solidified to me. I don't give a fuck. John B. Uh, the white man was so. If it wasn't for John B, it wouldn't be the Robin Thicke and all these other motherfuckers. He was the first one, man. He was the first one. He killed it. They Don't Know is still one of my favorite songs of all time. It is literally one of the greatest R&B songs of all time. I know people try to shit on it. I think I just saw him recently sing it, but people trying to shit on that song. Man, that man killed that song, bro. That is one of my favorite songs by him. And yeah, man, one of my favorite R&B songs. One of the best songs of the '90's, R&B songs of the '90's. They Don't Know, and that's another song that has also been very sampled throughout the last couple of years, last decade plus. That song has been definitely sampled. Chris Brown and Gunner and like Chloe Bailey sampled it. It's like it's song's been very highly sampled, but there's only one song like that, man. That's his, and that They Don't Know is just the shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I know some of you are gonna be like, wait, over him and Pac song? Yeah, a little bit. Now don't get it twisted. I fuck with him and Pac song. Don't get it twisted, nigga. Don't get it twisted, nigga. But yeah, yeah, I gotta put it a little bit over because that was the first song I heard from them. So yeah, number 3, Weak by SWV. Now I know some of them. Now Weak by SWV is one of, yes, I said that shit. I'm about to say that shit. One of the greatest R&B songs of all time. I said that shit. I said that shit with my full heart. One of the greatest R&B songs of all time. It's still fire to this day. It's still fucking fire. There is nothing about that song that I cannot fuck with. That song is goat shit. Are you kidding me? SWV as a group. I was watching the NPR Tiny Desk they did. Man, man, this shit, boy, take me back to my childhood. Go ahead, shit, man. That's my shit. Weak as the Weak as fire. Still to this day, I promise you, you put that song on in front of any woman that grew up in that era, they gonna sing that fucking song with their whole heart. I don't give a fuck what you say. Their whole heart. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Number two. Speaking of a song that you gonna sing with your whole heart, I don't give a fuck where you at in the planet. I don't care where it comes on. You gonna try to play like you ain't gonna sing this shit, but then once it gets to that chorus, you gonna be singing that whole with your whole heart. And that's End of the Road by Boys to Men. I don't give a fuck what you say. If you don't sing this song, when this bitch come on, you don't know R&B. I'm sorry. I'm officially aware that you probably just don't know R&B, and you're supposed to sing this shit. You're supposed to sing all the parts, not just the chorus, the whole fucking song. Sing the whole fucking song. The fact that this song is off of a fucking soundtrack is the craziest shit on the planet. That shit is nuts to me. The fact that song came off of the Boomerang soundtrack is fucking nuts to me. That's when soundtracks used to matter. You know what I mean? Like these people nowadays put out soundtracks. Yeah, okay, whatever. But soundtracks used to matter. Boys to Men End of the Road is one of the best examples of that. That shit is fire. End of the Road's the shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's one of my favorite Boys to Men songs of all time. It is literally one of my favorite Boys to Men songs of all time. And that's not that many songs to touch it. It really isn't. In the nineties, and even in R&B just history, there ain't that many songs to touch End of the Road, man. It just isn't. You can put that shit on whenever, whatever. You lost a pet, you gotta put your pet down. You lost your girl. Like shit, just get bad, man. Just get bad, man. You lost a parent, something, man. You just be putting that shit on. Just deep thought, just deep thought, just leave me the fuck alone right now. Just let them sing it. Just let them sing it, man. Just shh. Yeah. And at number one, my R&B song of the '90s, to me, my favorite R&B song of the '90s comes from Miss Lauryn Hill, and that is X Factor. Yeah, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is probably one of the greatest albums of all time. It is. It's one of the greatest albums of all time. You can sit there and debate that shit all the fuck you want, but it's one of the greatest albums of all time. And X Factor is one of the greatest songs that probably came out in the '90s. I said that shit. Yes, even over Mary J. Yeah, even Whitney. Yeah, X Factor is the greatest, one of the greatest songs that ever came out in the '90s. And to me, it is number one with a bullet. I still listen to X Factor and sing the fuck out the song like I don't give a fuck. It is one of my favorite songs of all time. I love Miss Lauryn Hill to this day because of this music and that album. That song, that album, I love her to this day. Also with the Fugees too. That's just obvious. But also with the Fugees, but that's just obvious. But yeah, man, she defined music in the '90s with that album. She redefined it, and I think a lot of people have been trying their hardest to get to that point of where she was a juggernaut. The fact that she just left, that she just dipped, still fucked us up to this day. Because imagine if everything really did go as planned, and she did have everything go right for her, what would have happened? So yeah, man, X Factor by Lauryn Hill is still one of the greatest songs that has ever been put out, and it's another one that's been sampled a hell of a lot. So yeah, but that's the end of this list. Let me recap if I get off this motherfucker. At number one, it is Miss Lauryn Hill, X Factor. Number two, End of the Road by Boys to Men. Number three, Weak by SWV. Number four, They Don't Know by John B. Number five, Where I Wanna Be by Darnell Jones. Number six, One in a Million by Aaliyah. Number seven, Nice and Slow by Usher. Number eight, On and On by Erica Badu. Number nine, Before You Walk Out of My Life by Monica. And number 10 is Whatever You Want by Tony. That is the list, my list of this. Again, like I always say, if you got a different list, put it on the comments. YouTube, TikTok, I put them all over. So put them on the comments, man. But I also will put the display of what I've ranked them as, what I do it on Instagram when it comes out. So yeah, just do it. But until next time, man, I am Brandon Janeau. This is Life and Times of Music. Next week, it's my top 10 pop songs. Now, people think when I say pop, it's just pop music. No, popular. So that means it could be R&B, it could be hip hop, who knows? But that is next week. Oh, should I do hip hop? I'll probably do hip hop first. I'm gonna do hip hop first. I'm gonna do hip hop songs next week for the 90s. Yeah, that's way easier or a little bit more difficult. But that is next week. But stay tuned for that. Until next time, I am Brian Jadu. This is Lifetime's Music. Go listen to the music. Go listen to them artists. They're all on musical platforms. You do not have to search that far. But until next time, peace.